What's happening, guys? So today I'm going to be doing a bit of a new format. I finally got some far better video editing software, so I can actually do this now, which is cool. So today I'm going to talk about Forza 4. I'm not going to bother reviewing it or anything because you already know it's good. Everywhere pretty much said it was, a really good racing game. I think it got like 9 out of 10 on most web pages. So what we're going to be talking about today, though, is actually how to upgrade a car to pretty much win any single race, like very, very easily. I mean, it's already a pretty easy game, but if you want to get like really far ahead of everyone, maybe overlap a lot of people in a lot of races, this is how I do a build. I'm going to upgrade this car that I have. Actually, I'm going to revert it to default so you can see what I'm doing. So it's an F-Class car right now. There's two things that I start out doing with every single car in this game is I always upgrade it to the maximum camshaft that I can for whatever class I'm trying to get it into. It adds a ton of points to the overall class of the car, which is kind of a bummer because the more stuff you can fit into it and keep it like at a low class, the better. So I always try and add the best one. Since we're doing an A, I guess we'll do a B class build. We can go ahead and put in the best camshaft. And then the other thing I do is I hop over to the conversion and I swap the drivetrain for all-wheel drive, at least with this GTI. This is a Mark 1 GTI I'm using, and I think this is actually the best car in the game in terms of doing these upgrades. You can pretty much upgrade it up to anything to an A-class, I think, and it'll really win every single race you throw at it. So you see with the drivetrain, the stock drivetrain, actually is apparently a little bit better than the one that I'm upgrading to. But the thing I like about it is that it actually lowers the class. It says it makes it worse. I think it makes it a lot better because rear-wheel drive and all-wheel drive cars are just better for racing. And then the other thing I do is if I can fit it into the class, I'll also go ahead and add a turbocharger or supercharger. Turbocharger is good for a lot of cases, but for these kind of cars, I think that the supercharger is much better because you get the low-end power instead of the turbo lag, and you get the power a little bit later. This helps your car get off the line just insanely fast. And then the next thing I always go for is a little bit of suspension upgrades, and then I like to lighten it as much as possible. I like the sway bars, or the anti-roll bars. They're really good. They actually usually don't add points at all to the car, so I usually wait until the very last, until I'm pretty much done with upgrading the car to add them in. And then in terms of the actual power stuff, I like to add the intake because it provides more low-end power. I like to upgrade the supercharger, and I like to upgrade the intercooler. And then the rest is kind of just up to you, whatever you want to upgrade. I mean, a lot of it doesn't really make any real difference between the other stuff, like anything else. So mainly what the focus is to get that low-end power so you can just pass everyone right as soon as the race starts. Here, I'll go ahead and just add a exhaust, and then I'm just going to head over to the drivetrain and upgrade that stuff so that way you can change the gearing later on, which is kind of not a big deal, but the tune is a little bit important with this plan. You can probably get by without doing a tune, but I like to be thorough. Anyway, so the flywheel, actually, that's one of my favorite things in this, is because if you just need to add a couple points to the overall score, it's a great way to do it. It'll just add like 1 point per level, so it's a great way to upgrade that. And then try and sneak in something else here, maybe, see if these will put me over. Oh, no, so we'll go ahead and add these. Oh, wait, can't hit A. Alright. And then sometimes you can get away with putting in a rim that'll keep it in the class you want it to be in. See, like a lot of like the higher performance lightweight rims like Blitz and Brabus and that kind of stuff will do it. And then also if you want to throw on dubs on that, they're so crappy they actually lower the score of the car, so that way you can maybe put in a little bit more power and take the hit for putting on some stupid rims. I'm not going to spend too much time looking for something that'll keep me in my class, so we'll just skip putting rims on. Anyways, I'm going to head over to the tune right here and just do a really, really quick modification. You can do it yourself, it's really easy. All you need to do is just adjust the gearing a little bit on the car, because see, right now the car can hit over 170 miles an hour. You're never really going to hit over 150 in this game, so I wouldn't bother trying to hit those really high speeds. Instead, just pull back that power band a little bit, so that way you have quicker acceleration rather than a higher max speed. And then the one thing I also like to do is just draw 6 out a little bit, so that way you do have that max speed, and every gear will be extraordinarily fast except for your final gear where you'll slowly hit that max speed. But by the time you're in that, no one's even close to you anymore, so it just helps a little bit on the straightaways. So that's how you're going to want to do the tune, and I'm going to hop into a race and show you how the car works. Alright guys, so we're in the game now. I've loaded just a quick race just to show off this tune. It's really fast. It's a really good tune. I've been using this for the last couple of weeks now, and I've just been loving it. And I mean, like, I'm racing like against Jaguars and stuff, and we're gonna. It's got that really hardcore turn at the beginning because it's so light, but see, I'm already pulling ahead of every single car, and then once you hit those turns after doing all those suspension upgrades, there's no way anyone's even gonna keep up with you. So, I'm just gonna throw myself around this corner and then get ahead of everyone. Alright, well, I'm going to shut up, finish this race, and then let's see how it does compared to the rest of the cars in this class. Again, with this track also, you'll notice how the tuning I did to it actually helps out a lot, because with this track, I mean, this is the longest straightaway on the track, especially if you watch the TV show, and I'm barely going to hit 115 at best, even if I don't. I mean, I'm not exactly doing the best right now, but I'm pretty confident that the maximum you can really hit on this track probably with this car and this setup is 115, so you really don't need all that high-end gearing, and I think it's better just to tear through those gears and get up to speed as fast as you can, especially if you've already upgraded the shift time too. And then here's where I like the all-wheel drive. You can throw the butt of the car out a little bit, and it's a lot funner to play with when you can drift the butt back a little bit compared to when you drive a front wheel and you get all kinds of oversteer instead of understeer. Understeer is always more fun. Yeep! You'll be looking at the screen. Yeah, see, look how far back those rest of those racers are on that little mini map in the corner. No contest compared to this team. I've actually always wanted to race on the Top Gear track, but I did a little bit of research into it. Apparently, they don't let people race on it because it's actually a figure-8 shape, so it's super dangerous if you were to ever have a track day on it. Alright, let's finish right here. Nice. And it's going to be a little while, so I'll just cut the film and start playing again once we get the race results from the rest of the cars, since it's probably going to take them a lot longer than me to get across the line. Anyways, let's wait it out and see what we see. Alright, the numbers are coming in finally, and the next car was actually about 32 seconds behind me, according to these results. So that just goes to show how nice this tune is. And that was an A-class car. It was 12 ranks past this little GTI, and the GTI just killed it. It's awesome. I think it's a really great tune, and I mean, just follow that same order of upgrading on every single car. Do the camshaft first, do the all-wheel drive conversion, and then add a turbo or supercharger depending on what your car is. If you're going for a really high top speed, or you're using more of like a supercar kind of situation, I would recommend using a turbo. And if you're using one of these little dinky pocket rocket kind of cars, like this little GTI that I just showed, I would recommend more supercharger, so you can get off the line really quick and just not even bother seeing the other racers for the rest of the round. And then after that, I mean, just do suspension after that. Make sure you put the brakes on and lower it. You don't have to lighten it, but I always like to do that just so it's always flying around the track. Especially with the all-wheel drive, it'll make it, it just makes it a lot more fun to play with that kind of a car. And yeah, check it out, enjoy, have a good one, guys.